Hey guys, so today we are here to talk about one of the new systems released with Floor 6, the Necromancy mechanic, I guess you could call it. It's a very cool system, but I believe they got it a little too hard, which is something we'll get into later in the video. So what is this new system? So essentially, now when you defeat mobs with the Reaper Scythe, or while holding a summoning ring, you can get a soul to drop. Now, the drop rate of the soul depends on the power of the mob, and pretty much you'd think I want to get a dungeon mob, and most of those have very low drop rates, which is a bit of a shame. So the Reaper Scythe can slow up to 3 souls, and then the mana cost to summon them depends on how powerful the mob is. So when you hold the Reaper Scythe and shift right click, you can look at the stats of the souls you have stored, which as you can see, they have okay stats, nothing too crazy. The Fells looks like it's very good. Super Tank Zombie, it's decent, and then just the Blue Shark is just there to show, hey, you can get event mobs. So when we summon, you see that the Super Tank Zombie was 120 mana, and the Fells was 250, and the Blue Shark was 3 mana. So also, as you can probably see, Fells are not summoning, so I guess they're bugged, which is a bit of a shame since it is a pretty powerful mob and is pretty annoying in the dungeon, so it's too bad we can't have our own summon. So beyond that, getting souls is a really big pain. One of the ways to mitigate that is having the summoning ring, as I mentioned, because instead of just last hitting with the scythe, you can just have this item in your inventory and it enables any mob to drop a soul, which is very helpful considering you're not going to go fight a really strong boss with a Reaper Scythe in hand, because that just sounds really silly. Recently, there has also been a very big nerf to these mobs where pretty much they removed the floor 6 terracotta and golems that you can get, which were the most powerful mobs attainable currently. So that is a big shame, and I think a big hit to the necromancy system, because now you can only get sub-tier and mediocre mobs that are not that good. There's also the issue of these mobs being very squishy and very weak, so they don't do much damage either, so they're just temporary meat shields. And beyond that, they are very rare to get, some of them. So if you lose one, you're going to spend so much time trying to get a replacement. I do think they need to take a second look into this mechanic and, do something about it, because I think it should be a really nice mechanic, a very useful, helpful mechanic for any player. But as it is right now, it is just very weak and definitely needs to be improved. One way they can improve it is, every time you get one mob soul from a certain type of mob, it will power up that mob if you happen to summon it, for example. Or, you don't lose your mob soul when it dies. That's another thing, because losing a rare mob that you farmed for would be a really massive hit. And their HP pools are not that big. Finally, there is the last point of the mythological event. So with mythological event coming back in, a little under 2 days, if we can get those mobs as, summonable mobs, it might, make necromancy really good, but at the same time, I don't know how their power stands in comparison to dungeon mobs. Yes, they hit really hard in comparison, but again, we won't know if they can drop until we reach, that day. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say they probably don't drop, but you'd never know. And if they do drop, they'll probably remove it later on because they took out the floor 6 mobs. So they're like, why not? Let's just take out the the Mythos mobs as well. So if they do drop though, do get souls, definitely you'll see another video talking about which soul would be the best to get, because that is actually pretty interesting video idea. Right now, if you plan on farming these out, I think definitely some of the mini bosses like a Frozen Blaze Venture or something like that. But again, I want to wait until the mythological creature mobs come back and see if we can get those souls, because I think it would be great to have like 3 Inquisitors just following me around. That'd be really cool if you ask me. Or having a Minos because of the bleed effect. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you are new, maybe think about dropping a sub and comment maybe what you want to see next, and also like the video. I will catch you guys next time. Bye.